Good morning. Today's topic of discussion is evidence based medicine. Extensive scientific investigation of drugs in human and introduction of numerous new drugs over the past few decades is gradually transforming the practice of medicine from experience based, wherein the clinical decisions are made based on the experience or rather impression of the physician, to something else. And the reason behind this is the chance of error in case of experience based medicine is obviously more in comparison to this new method. Here, the same has been guided by scientifically credible evidence from well designed clinical studies, and this is known as evidence based medicine. It is the process of systematically finding, evaluating, and using contemporary research findings as the basis of clinical decisions. Results of well designed, multicentric, interventional trials are forming the basis of constantly evolving guidelines for disease management. In today's physician, he has to be skilled in the new techniques of searching and evaluating the literature on efficacy, safety, and appropriateness of a particular therapeutic measure or drugs. Now, the therapeutic evaluation of a drug include quantitation of benefit afforded by it, the best way, the dosage, duration, the patient selection to use it, how it compares with other available drugs, the surveillance of adverse effects produced by it. So, the clinical studies are basically divided into two types: the interventional studies and the observational studies. The interventional studies are mostly the clinical trials, whereas the observational studies are case control study, cohort study, and cross sectional study. Now, the information which we are getting from different sources are the primary sources, where these sources report from original research findings. At the end, when we are looking at this evidence, this is called an evidence pyramid. And in this evidence pyramid, it is basically depicting a hierarchy of primary information sources for practice oriented information. Systematic reviews, the meta analysis, synthesis is results from multiple high quality randomized control trial, but a few in number. So, they are from the top of the pyramid. So, the systematic review and meta analysis at the top of the pyramid. So, at the bottom, where to which we are giving least importance are the expert opinion. Then comes the case report and case series. These are all descriptive studies. Then comes the cross sectional studies. These are can be analytical studies and observational studies. This case control study. Then comes the cohort. It can be prospective and retrospective both. Then at the just above that is the randomized control trial, and absolutely at the top, which is probably giving you the best possible evidence, is systematic review and meta analysis. So, basically most of them are the sources of primary the primary sources of information. The secondary sources are the sources review primary literature to act as guide to primary sources. These include review articles, systematic review, and meta analysis, as I mentioned before, published in print based or online journals. So, the professional societies like American Diabetic Association, Indian Academy of Pediatrics, the organizations like Cochrane Collaboration, WHO, they may conduct their own reviews of primary literature and present their recommendation in the form of guidelines. So, guideline will also come at the very top. It will be almost be there with the randomized control trial. Many databases compile primary literature by indexing and abstracting. There will be tertiary sources. These sources present information extracted from primary and secondary sources both, but in a condensed format. Examples like textbooks, the formularies, the reference books, the drug compendia, that means the pharmacopoeias, the drug bulletins. So, all these are the tertiary sources. Now, the reporting standards is being maintained by various reporting standards which are existing in the today's clinical practice. The first one is consort statement. This is the consolidated standards of reporting trials, and this statement comprises of a standard checklist and a flow diagram to help improve the quality of reports of randomized controlled trials. Then comes the STROBE statement. STROB. So, STROBE statement is the strengthening of the report of observational studies in epidemiology. Then comes the PRISMA statement. It is the preferred reporting items for systematic reviews and meta-analysis. So, this one is for the highest one, the most authentic one, that is the systematic review and meta-analysis. Then comes the MOO statement. It is the meta-analysis of observational studies in epidemiology. Followed by the START statement, which is basically nothing but the standards for reporting studies of diagnostic accuracy. And at the end, there is STARLIGHT statement, that is standards for reporting literature searches. So, further details regarding these guidelines can be obtained from different websites of the Cochrane collaboration. So, if you go to the website of different, as I said, the http www.cochrane.org, you will get the informations regarding these statements. There are different kinds of secondary studies which I have mentioned before: the review articles, the meta-analysis, the standard treatment guidelines, the decision analysis, and the economical analysis. Now, how we are actually scheming our protocol or recommending for searching the primary and secondary literature for information regarding the effectiveness of drug therapy, because this will help you in the practice of evidence-based medicine. To implement the algorithm, you have to access the databases referred to in the flowchart if it is required. So, I am starting from the very beginning. So, here effectiveness of the treatment, that can be taken from the Cochrane review, and after Cochrane review, the Cochrane systematic review, if it is been there, you can use this evidence. Suppose there is no Cochrane systematic review, then the database of abstracts of these reviews of effectiveness, that is called DRE, that can be used. It is followed by systematic review available if we are following this line, and then in systematic review, if these are available, you can use this evidence. If the systematic review are not available, then you have to go for clinical trial registry. So, I am just coming down from top of the pyramid to the bottom. Now, if the clinical trial registry is been done and there is a randomized control trial, you have to read the critical appraisal and use the evidence. If it's not there, there is no such randomized control trial, then it's better for you to go for PubMed clinical query, or you can go for Scopus or some other like Embase search query. Now, from here you will go to trial and the cohort studies, because the clinical trials are not registered, those are not available. If the clinic cohort studies are available, you can go for critical appraisal and you will get sufficient evidence regarding your treatment. And if even those are not available, so we are reaching towards the bottom of the pyramid. The PubMed general search should be made. So here there you will search for even the case report, the case series, all these things will help you for your evidence-based treatment. There will be no studies. I mean, for certain, just giving you an example, a person is probably having resistant type of Tinea cruris or corporis, that means a fungal infection, but is resistant to the itraconazole like drug. So I have searched everything, I haven't get anything, just one case report where they have prescribed itraconazole with isotretinoin. It was published in the Indian Journal of Dermatology, Venereology and Leprology, and on the basis of that I have treated my patients with, on the basis of the case report, only one case report, a patient was absolutely cured. So don't underestimate those case reports. If it is actually given in the proper context and in the truest sense, this is definitely going to be very much helpful. If still you don't have anything in your hand, then ultimately you have to go to the bottom of the pyramid and you have to take some expert opinion. So that is the end of the story. If you don't get anything, then you get your suggestion from an expert. So with this, I am concluding my presentation on evidence-based medicine. Thank you so much.